Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. I think we have a really strong start here, and I think it can get stronger. So 4 cities by turn 30 is a lot. It feels like a lot of expansion. But what if we went even further? Here's what I'm thinking. Holkaj here has a lot of strategic value. It also actually has really good terrain for a frozen region, again owing to a bizarre density of anomalies, but let's talk about the strategic value of this. There are 2 things I really like about the idea of taking Holkaj. Number 1, obviously it bottlenecks red. Now, with a lot of enemy factions, we could put a city down in Holkaj and then close our borders, and that would secure Redalta for us as well. Against the Forgotten, I believe that's less true, because if I remember correctly, stealthed units can cross closed borders. It's just that if you ever get vision of them, it kicks them back out of the region. But, like, they could have a settler sneak through northern Holkaj, because we're going to settle in the south, over to Redalta, and that would be annoying. It would be annoying to have to defend myself from 2 sides. A lot of the reason that I want Holkaj is because of the fact that, in addition to capping them off, it makes it much easier to defend our empire. If they're able to get Holkaj and Redalta, then if we go to war with them, we have to potentially defend ourselves from attacks from Redalta going to Oleran or Uradan. If we're able to cap them off here, then they really can only attack this cluster of buildings. Also, settling right here in Holkaj means that Holkaj and Ganli are close enough together that their garrisons can engage in mutual defense, and that any enemy armies we catch running through the region will have to hack through a lot of militia in order to get to our actual units. So there's a lot of value there. Then, on top of that, this is actually just like a really good settle. Obviously, we have some of these crystal ice tiles, which are absolute garbage, single resource tiles, but a settle right here, due to the presence of the anomaly and some forests, actually has 8 food and 7 industry, which is not bad for a tundra drop. We could come over here, like maybe settle there. We'd only have 2 industry. We'd have quite a bit of food, but I like this one a lot. I think even if we didn't have a city right here, this is the right one, and the fact that we have a city right next to it makes it like extremely obviously correct. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go into Ganli here. We're about to get to a 3rd citizen. I think let's queue up a settler for right after the sewer system. That way we're still generating food this turn. We'll get to 3 citizens, then we'll have them all working industry to push the settler out. And you know what? We're traveling such a short distance to get to our settling location. Why don't we take the improved movement talisman off, get that cost lowered a little bit. Okay, see, that's already 1 turn faster. Now we have to move, because these spaces are all forested, this is a 2-turn move, because it's 5 points of movement, instead of 1-turn move, but we'll arrive on the same turn we would have before, because we'll spend 1 turn less in building, and it's valuable to shift time from moving to, from building to moving, because, of course, that means that's 1 extra turn that our city is generating population. If we get this lock off, then we still have to go and get Redalta. Like I said, there's a chance that they could get through, and I don't want them to. But if we manage to lock up these 6 regions to live in, I think that'll give us a really good chance to fight back. We are pretty far away, I think, from a situation where we could reasonably actually declare war. You know, we're talking about long build times on our troops still. I think... Oh, and we're missing a ton of the text I would like to have before we declare war. I think we're going to have to just take it slow for the moment. Focus on building up our empire. Also, we've suffered our first infiltration action of the video. Probably the first of many. Unfortunately, as long as the Forgotten are alive, they're going to be constantly attacking our cities with their spies. The good news is that this actually doesn't affect us at all. Steal technology doesn't steal technology. It gives them a copy of the technology. Like, we don't lose anything. This doesn't affect our research rate or anything. This is purely positive for them, no negative for us. And their spy was wounded while doing it, so hopefully... hopefully they'll fail their next operation too, and we can, like, knock them out, or I don't know, we'll see. But that's going to be a constant annoyance. Alright, that aside, do we want to change anything else up? Oh, we got to talk about tech. Yeah, so war tech. We're going to have our Zealots soon. I actually really would like to play around with our Phoenix this game, so hopefully we can get to that point. But in terms of near future war, there's a couple of things I would like. Number one, I would like to be able to use the incantation of Enervation. Stun is incredibly powerful. It would be really, really nice to have. However, it costs dust to use it. We currently are not making enough dust to both have pillars and be casting spells in combat. So I think before we pick up the Arcana of Authority, we should pick up Imperial Highways, try to work on our dust output a little bit. I think that's the next thing. We also, of course, want to either get alchemical alloys or alchemical armor. I'm leaning toward alchemical armor a little bit here, both because we are we are squeezed for strategics, and because we actually, like, we're definitely going to get alchemical armor at some point, because we need the titanium trinkets for it, for the science victory. So I think this is maybe the way we'll go. To be clear, my current understanding, having looked at the numbers a bit, is that alchemical alloys is considerably better for combat, like your actual combat effectiveness of your units, than alchemical armor is, but at a considerably higher cost. Because you have to pay enough resources to get all of your units armed. Whereas if you go the armor route, the army damage boost trinket is certainly not making you anywhere near as effective as everybody having titanium weapons, but it really doesn't cost very much. Although, it still costs more than I would like. I don't know, that's a decision we don't have to make right now. We do need to get our strategic resources rolling before any of this makes a difference. And then obviously I'd also love to pick up meritocratic promotion at some point. We also need to potentially consider security boosts. I don't think there are any security boosts until Era 3, right? Yeah. So in Era 3, we'll get the ability to boost our city's security for the first time. What this does is help to stymie spies. It is a thing that you don't usually have to worry about a huge amount, but we're going to be just beset with espionage. I guess the way we'll solve it is we'll just kill them all. That'll have to do. But for right now, I like this a lot. We're going to need dust to run pillars. We're going to need dust to run spells. We're going to need dust to maintain our army. Like, Imperial Highway seems like a good play to me. Okay, anything else terribly important going on? We are building a lot of stuff here. All stuff that needs to be built over here. We probably need that titanium extractor up. We should probably finish the mill foundry first. And also the sewer, maybe? Yeah, I kind of think so. We'll get that titanium extractor up. So we're probably going to have to put these 3 cities, once we get that settler out, we're probably going to have to think about putting these 3 cities into production mode, because we have to build up a force that we can at least survive with. We don't necessarily have to wipe Red out right away. We still have a lot of setting up we can do, but we need to at least be in a position where if he declares war on us, it's not immediately over. This city is going to help a ton with that. I think we're on the right path here. So hopefully at some point we'll get a dust eclipse. I would like to think that we will get a dust eclipse. Alright. There are dudes. They are on my border. They're still pretty weak. I'm a little worried. Until we have at least one unit that we can run around and, like, start fights with, I'm very nervous about our position. God, I hope we get this. We don't know how long we have until he settles it, so I do think it's pretty important. Yeah, they're running lots of units around. Alright, what are we building after this guy? Okay, so I could put up a spice extractor. Obviously, we want the spices eventually, but my concern is that if I put up a spice extractor right now, it's probably just going to get pillaged. So I think we should probably keep focusing on units, at least for a little while longer. Oh, this Ateshi Zealot design is not upgraded at all. Let's fix that. Alright, what kind of weapons do we have access to? Slow down or unsteady? I think I prefer slow down in the situation we're in now. They're relying pretty heavily on rumblers for military strength. Rumblers naturally only have 2 move, so we can get them down to 1. And a unit that has 1 move can be infinitely kited by a unit that has 3 range. And I think we won't put a talisman on. Let's try to keep units cheap for the moment. Do up that zealot. Okay. Man, Enolia is becoming powerful very quickly. Oh, hey, it's about to be eclipse time. Okay, this is real good. Maybe. Sorry. This is potentially really good for us. We did lose both of our boosters, which sucks. Okay, we're still happy. I opened the screen and totally forgot why I did it. I did it to check our approval value. We are still happy. 2 of the cities are down only to content, though. One of them's going to finish a sewer system soon, so that's fine. Decreased population. Ah. Their spy was wounded again, but not defeated. I think that didn't slow down our settler, but that's very annoying. So this city's going to be at 1 population after we get the settler out. Okay, we need to get our warlock out on the ground here. There's 2 temple ruins over here. There's another one. Yeah. Oh, that's right. We can't get this one because we'd have to clear the manual labor quest out of it first. Do we actually even know where any other ones are? Oh, maybe not. Oh no. Okay, that's one. The ruins down here are both. Yeah, they're both just normal ruins. Okay. Well. He's headed in the right direction. Maybe we'll get lucky and pick up a movement conflux. Oh, and our pillar ran out. That's probably not okay. We need to keep at least 1 pillar rolling. It's just good science. We're 2 turns off of highways. I'm not really sure what my plan is here. I do kind of want to finish building all of this stuff in the capital. Yeah, we're not on the warpath just yet. But the longer we wait, the more annoying it will be for us in terms of espionage actions conducted, so... Oh, hey, that is a movement conflux. Sadly, I actually can't grab it this turn. It's 1 space too far out, I think. Oh, 2 spaces too far out, in fact. Is this also a forest tile? It's not. Why was that? Could have 1 more point of movement. Also, never mind. That's the square conflux, not the triangle one. We do not see a triangle conflux. Well, could be worse, I suppose. Alright, so you're about to be done, and... yeah, I think we're just pushing on. You have orders. You have orders. 4 turns off another population point there. It might be a good idea to actually food focus a little bit in Oleron, because we're really not growing that quickly. In the other cities, things are looking pretty good, though. Alright, let us... yeah, okay. Nothing else to do. I don't know, I have this, like, nagging feeling there's something I'm supposed to be doing right now. Oh! The Empire Plan. Right, I was thinking about the Empire Plan. We need to figure out what we're doing with this. So what's my current income? 43. And that is going to last another 5 turns. So we have 5 turns of the boosted income. Now, hopefully, the plan is we're going to have another city pretty soon. That's 480. I mean, I'm not sure I actually want to do that. Lowered unit costs is pretty good. Lowered building costs is great. So, I mean, we're going to be way past 320. We could try to get out to this. That's 560. Right now we're on 215 more and then 1 turn of normal income. Which makes this pretty rough. Right, we'd be at 519. And then we'd have to make 51 more influence. It doesn't have to all be made in the last turn. Of course, we can move people to influence, but I don't want to have to. This is very much in reach, though. Yeah, I kind of think this is what I want to do. If we can figure out some way to get the influence boost, or the unit cost reduction, we take it. But otherwise, I think this is the winning strategy, and we're going to have way more than enough influence to implement that. Alright, let us hit the button here. Oh, yeah, okay, the game crashed. Okay, and we're back. Had a little bit of a game crash there, but everything's fine. I reloaded from the autosave, moved our Warlock back into the same position. We didn't really make any decisions this turn anyway. Are we... Yeah, we still have stuff in the queues. I probably did this right before hitting end turn. Went and checked all the queues. Oh, you know what we don't have queued up is tech. So... Once we get Imperial Highways, do I want to go straight into Arcana of Authority? We're soon going to actually have titanium income, which means the Alchemy Workshop is available to build, but we're probably going to want to build troops for a little while first. So yeah, let's take something that we don't have to build anything to take advantage of, right? And with that, I think we are good here. If they settle this region next turn, it is going to be heartbreaking. And we can still run our settler back and grab this. Yeah, there's a place where there's a couple of anomalies right next to each other. Not great food though. Like we could settle right here. The industry and the dust of this location are pretty good. It only actually has 3 food. And we can settle on the anomaly. That gets us 4 food at least. 4 food, 8 industry. Yeah. Well, I note that this has not turned red, so... Okay. It is 5 movement points to our intended settling location. I think what we want to do is stop right here, because we don't know... You know, they could have an army right there, right? We don't know what's going on, so let's stop inside our border, and then at the beginning of next turn, we're going to race over here and drop the settle. And I do mean, like, we got to race. Because, again, they could have a settler in the region right now. I assume there must be more land over here. I don't know how many regions they have, but actually, we can check that, can't we? Isn't that available on the status screen? Yeah, they currently have 3 regions, so there is stuff to their west. We don't know how much stuff. They might still even be expanding in that direction. Okay, so you're good. You need to... come over here and grab the Conflux, because it allows you to ignore movement penalties due to terrain type. It does more than nothing, so get it. And then we'll grab this, and then we'll go grab that. Oh, yeah, we still haven't actually talked to the 3rd Delver village, either. They might be willing to convert without gouging us. 130 dust is a really good find. Alright, and... maybe this is greedy. But you know what? Troops built in Uridan are going to take such a long time to get to the front anyway, because they have to run through the forest and stuff. Like, I think the road's actually really important. We are still building units. Yeah. We'll probably be okay. I really don't want this very good start to come to an end, because I decided to try to be too greedy, go for too much internal development, and got wiped out by the Forgotten. If we can get this city down, though, I'm going to feel a lot more secure. Alright, I'm going to press the button. Oh, hey, that moved right. If you spam click during the end turn time while you still have points of movement left, it just uses those. So, well, lucky for us, there wasn't anything here. Come on. Okay, alright. Ooh. I think that's big. I think that was a big gain for us. So, we definitely want to get our mill foundry up. We could rush it, but also that would be expensive. Wow, we're really unhappy here. Mill foundry into sewer system. Did I crash our Empire approval? I did take us down to content. Maybe the next thing we need to research is market. Let's see. Here we have some options now. Obviously, it's good to build out to get the moss pearls. That's quite a bit of food and science. And we do want to have an altar. We also could go for... Now we need the dust. Hold on. Let's do this. This city is probably not going to be building troops anytime soon. This city is going to be focused very much on growth. Do I actually want to build all this stuff before I get to building units in this city, though? Yeah, this looks worse than it is, remember, because of the fact that we only have one population right now, but it'll grow quickly. So yeah, we'll get stuff done. I'm gonna let a couple of things get finished. I'm feeling a lot more secure now that we have this this defensible position. And we can't reach the ruin in one turn anyway, so we may as well go and have a word with the Delvers. Oh, hey, they spawned a neutral army. Well, that's fine. That won't be a big deal. Build a watchtower in this region to pacify the Delvers and get 20 adamantium. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I will do that thing. Watchtower. That's weird. Usually watchtowers are not so internal. I guess the game considers this to be close to the coast, but it's not actually on the coastline. And it's kind of a strange spot for a foundation. But this would actually be really useful. Unfortunately, that's a major construction project. So we're going to have to fight these guys. Man, I am not ready to do that. If I were to engage with them right here, like if they moved to me and attacked, we wouldn't quite get the garrisons of the cities. So I need to move back a little bit right at the beginning of the turn, so that if they come after us, we can at least use the militia to get through. And that aside, we are good. Let us build and feed. 3 turns until population growth here. Enolia is still growing relatively quickly for a place that I'm not food focusing. We still haven't put up a husbandry center anywhere, and I'm starting to think that I maybe made a mistake by not going for seed storage in Enolia early. I wanted to wait until after the winter. Oh, right, I still do have to found this city, don't we? Shoot, we don't want to do that. You know what, maybe we do it here. And I probably, if I'm going to do that, I probably put the movement trinket back on the settler. So I know we're kind of crashing approval now, but I do think it's important to get ourselves a strong industrial base. This city is going to be less of an industrial base and more of an economic base, but still that's important. How expensive are heroes right now? 400-ish? Ugh, man. We are having money problems, and this is maybe one of the worst factions to be having money problems with. We don't really have a lot of natural mechanisms for fixing them, and they're, like, really, really bad for us. So yeah, I think if I back up this much, if they attack me, Gonli will be involved. Yeah, okay. What's up? They closed their borders on me. Okay, that is as good as a declaration of intent to declare war. Well, we have some defenses. Kind of. Oh, hey, there's a thing up there. I should probably run around that way. Okay, yeah, so this is pretty straightforward. Obviously, the warlock hides behind the militia. Very unfortunately, our warlock is now faster than our militia. Well, I think we wait 1 turn. Everybody just stay put for 1 turn. I mean, we need them to move forward into us. Like, you can move to here. You can move to here. You stay put. They have circular strike or circular attack, but they do not have sweep strike back. We are unfortunately going to have to spend some of our warlock's valuable health on this. Wow, that was a pretty hard hit. on both sides. Alright, I think our warlock is maybe in some real trouble here. Alright, well, we didn't die at least. Now I need the eclipse to last one more turn. Or 2 more turns. 2 more turns would be cool. Here in Oleron, I think we are probably just continuing to pump out troops. I think we need quite a few more. But everywhere else is doing the things that need to be done. I did stop us when we were kind of close to another berth. Well, whatever. It'll happen quickly after we do the thing. And I have these guys assimilated for now, but remember, once we actually get the Delver villages built, I think we may want to swap over to Delver assimilation, just for the extra dust. And once we have the once the dust eclipse is ended, we probably want to fold all these units into the garrison in Gonli, both to reduce our upkeep costs and also to provide extra XP for Zarcha. Okay, 85 dust, cool. Not as good as the 130 we got out of the first one, but still pretty good. Alright, so if we get one more turn of Eclipse, we get to do one more thing. Did I see... I think we may have walked past a red unit there. I hope we get this. It'll be less of a problem if we don't now that we have Holkaj. Again, due to this, like, stronghold effect. But it still would suck. And now that we have this much dust, do I want to rush out this mill foundry? Because it would be really cool to get all of this mill. But the thing is, it would also be really cool to get a hero. I'm not really very close to getting a hero, but, like, maybe once the right-of-way starts going up, like... Maybe we want to be sitting on a big pile of dust, right? Maybe. We finished the basic buildings in Gonli. I'm not 100% sure that it is right to rebuild the population buildings just yet. Hold on, we'll have a look at that. Okay, 10 adamantium. It's cool. And we have been... Population decreased in Oleron. Okay, yep, so we did see some red units, because they had to have line of sight of Oleron to place a spy there. So all of their spies are in my territory. And they're running more than one. We can engage with these guys and get both of the city garrisons involved, including the hero. And it is just 4 normal rumblers. Like, I think we gotta take the opportunity to burn down their dudes whenever possible. But our warlock is gonna be basically useless. He's gonna have to just stand in the back. And we don't know how many enemies in the area we might have to deal with. I'm not sure. Not sure if that's wise. So influence on anomalies has returned to normal. Now that Oleron's been hit by a spy, let's talk a little bit about how to deal with a spy. I didn't even consider doing a roundup in Gonli, partly because I was afraid to disrupt the speed of our settler build, but here it might be worth it. So you can see this security value generates the likelihood of a spy being injured or disabled or captured when he performs an action. If you pay the cost for a spy to do a thing in a city, he will always get it done. There's no way to stop that from happening. But we can make it so the spy gets wounded out, or potentially even that we get to hold on to him for a while after the thing happens. So there are no security increasing buildings available to us in the first 2 eras, but we do have the roundup button. If I press this, security will go up for a little while, and then at the end of the roundup, once security has hit, the value that it's headed for, we'll do a spy check at the new security value and potentially wound or capture the spies in the city. However, the cost of that is that any resources being produced by your population points get cut in half. So the city would lose We'll lose 10 industry per turn for several turns. And then at the end of that, we're not guaranteed even to get any, to capture the spy. So, I'm a little torn about it. Obviously, it would be cool if we get rid of that spy. Also, he may already have moved. Sometimes it is wise to do an operation with a spy and then have him immediately move cities, so that if they try a roundup, it's guaranteed not to get them any value. I'm pretty torn, and we kind of need our industry. This would be a quarter of the city's industry. But also, if we could capture that spy, it would be boss. There's no way that's going to happen. Capturing requires a pretty high security value. Yeah, like, the best case scenario is we get a wound, but it won't matter because the spy's at full health right now. Yeah, I don't think it's worth spending on. If we see a spy get wounded off of a mission in the future, it might be worth immediately following that with a roundup. But right now, even if it's the same spy that was in Gonli, I think it's had time to recover from its wounds. AI stuff heals really quickly, as we have seen many times. So do I want to go 4 Rumblers against 4 Militia and a Hero? We could try to get some other units in. Nope, I cannot. Not, in fact, attempt to get another unit in. That's not close enough, right? Oh, actually, that tile would be exactly in the range. Alright, do I want to build Delvers? Like, I do want to rebuild the population centers, but is it better to just build units for the moment? No, I'm going to continue to be greedy. I'm feeling emboldened by this double city garrison thing. Oh, we do have to pick a research. So we've actually got a little bit of titanium in now. We could gain access to the Imperial coinage, or to the resource section of the marketplace, and maybe make some sales to keep our stuff running. It's a little tricky when you don't have a lot of resources to move. Maybe we should just go for alchemical armor or something. But we're going to need a lot of dust. It also might be a... You know what? We should do this. We should go for central markets. We're still in need of approval. And then after that, I might go for labs. We may not be in much of a combat situation in any time in the near future, even. I want to be, just, you know. Okay, so it's going to be winter soon. Ah, they're running, the cowards. Oh, you know what? We don't need to prioritize the market. What am I thinking? We're about to gain 25 approval from our Empire plan. Right, I had a whole thing planned. Oh, that's 600 now. Maybe this is the plan then? Yeah. Okay. And then we do just finish researching markets. Yeah, that's something. That's something we can do. Do I want to be running around threatening units, or do I just want to get inside the city? I think I want to just get inside the city. Okay, more guys popping out, heading over to the garrison of Gonli soon. And to be honest with you, didn't quite make the amount of dust I was hoping out of that dust eclipse. So we just need a little bit more military for me to feel pretty safe here. I'm running this guy in kind of an unusual path because I sort of want to run up here and see if there's a settler trying to break through. It just struck me that this is a thing that might be valuable to do. And we have received a warning. Well, that's probably not a good sign. That is certainly, like... So what a warning does, I guess I should say, is it reduces the cost of negative diplomatic treaty movement. Basically, it reduces the cost of, like, closing your borders to somebody, or banning them from the market if you have that ability, or moving your diplomatic status down, say from peace to Cold War, or from Cold War to Hot War. He's already closed his borders to us. Warning has actually no value to him, except to reduce the cost of war. Which means that we should expect that in the next 5 turns or so we'll be at war. Which is to say that we are definitely continuing to produce units in this city. And probably in Gonley as soon as it's like... I do want to build the watchtower. The watchtower is a point of population in addition to being a watchtower. And like a watchtower is pretty handy, especially against stealth units. Because you can see them within its entire vision range. Yeah, that's a bit of intel we probably cannot afford to drop off. And after we finish this settler, are we building... We're probably building the right-of-way. And then we're building military units out of the capital as well. I might be overdoing it with the settling. You are going to have to build something... I guess a right-of-way here is a good way to have the city continue to produce dust, and then as soon as the markets are finished, we build one of those. And we're doing all right on growth over here. I'm a little worried about what things are going to look like in the winter. Here we are hitting an actual real winter. Well, not quite yet, apparently. Soon. Soon we are hitting an actual real winter. Okay, so we finished our altar. Out of curiosity, what is the actual real winter? Reduced diplomatic point gain, reduced influence cost of diplomatic declarations. I'm a little worried about that. That's going to make his war really cheap. The good news is, no huge dust penalty. That dust penalty on cities thing going off would be really bad for us. Alright, so where are we settling? It might be right here. Because this is the only place that has reasonable industry. In fact, it's more than reasonable. It's like actually pretty good. Not a lot of food. Still quite a bit of dust, though. Yeah. So you're going to try to make it to here? Well, I might get attacked once on the way out. We'll see. The completion of that sewer is going to be very helpful, because I think that might be enough to push us back up to happy. Although our approval level did just go down 2% for no reason I can discern. I don't believe population density affects happiness in this game. Okay, obviously we don't want to fight that guy. And we're being spied at. Olaran's population has been decreased again. They're just going to keep it at 3 forever. Annoying, but honestly, like, not a bad play. I can't be too mad. Oh, you know what? I put the pillar down around Uridin last time, but actually, our percentage, like, our boosts are over here. I should do it here. Huh. Does the effect of the pillar spill across the border? It probably does, right? No, it looks like it doesn't. Shoot. I was hoping I had figured out a clever little maneuver here, where we could actually have almost the entire pillar in an exploitation range. But nope, the borders affect everything. That's a shame. Okay. Put down another pillar. Kind of think I want to put down another pillar, because we're working on a science tech right now. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It's maybe pushing it a little bit on the dust, but, like, let's unlock the alchemy workshop, start building alchemy workshops. And you need to actually get this... Yeah, 12 industry, 12 dust. Reasonable science. Very, very little food. And we're settling that right as we go into winter. Well, I don't think it's right to wait on it, but that does suck a little bit. -29. Okay, we may have to redesign our our citizen focus a little bit, just a tiny bit. You have to get inside. You're gonna freeze to death. You have to build an empire mint. Like, really important, actually. That is 6 pearls that just appeared there. Do we have big pearl deposits anywhere else? 2, 4, 7. Okay, so this this cluster of anomalies over here seems to generate pearls pretty reliably. And we're taking spying in Holkaj, increase population. Yep. So they're just going to devote all of their lords to spying on me and reducing the population of my cities over and over again, which is something we're going to have to deal with. The city has actually 0 food during the winter. Alright, well, get it. Hopefully it'll be a short winter. Oh. Oh yeah, right. Within a rock and a hard place. Okay, cool. So here we have to leave the citizen on food because the city will actually starve otherwise. So we can get started on that mill foundry. It's actually not that long to complete one where you don't have people working on industry. Alright, I think I might have to stop producing units for a moment. We gotta get our dust back under control. So we can take one turn here. I'm just realizing one of the big downsides about this video being broken into 2 pieces is that I don't remember how long the first piece was. Well, let's definitely build a central market. I think we have enough bodies now that it would at least be annoying for them to come over here and take us. But we can completely fill Ganley's garrison, which will be great for Zarcha. Here, as much as I want to go straight into building more units, like we gotta stabilize dust-wise first. This is going to be our first actual trade route completed because we already have roads in Enolia. And then we'll have trade to Oleran shortly afterward. Alright, we got our 20 Adamantian, which is awesome. Not good enough, but awesome. Alright, unfortunately we don't quite have the movement to get into Ganley's garrison. You only have to stand next to the city to go in, but you have to have at least 1 point of movement left when you do it. So I have to wait until next turn. And we need to move some people over to dust production. Yeah, you know what? The central markets are going to make this okay. So where could I most afford to move people over? Yeah, this isn't too bad. Will you still get this done in 3 turns if we pull everybody? No. No, really no, is the answer to that question. Okay, we'll do it this way. Harsh winter. And of course the spying, not helping. We have to actually get on a war footing now. For now, I think we've done a good job of playing internally. We're building stuff up. But we're going to have to go over there and do some smashing. Out of curiosity, how many regions is Red on now? 4. Okay, so there is still room over there to the west. Or, I guess we know he has ships. He could have crossed the ocean. Oh hey, the dust accumulator. Check that out. So this thing is leaching dust out of us, which is annoying. Probably not something we can do a lot about because it seems like Blue has a pretty good control of the water at the moment. You get in that garrison. You get ready to go get in that garrison. Ganley took a population hit. So it seems like they're bouncing their spies around, because I think what we're seeing is that they have 2. I don't think they're not firing actions off frequently enough for it to be a spy in each of these 3 cities. I think it's 2 spies that they're bouncing around, which is really annoying. The good news is we don't have any reason to believe that they have seen Redalta, so Redalta may go unmolested. He's threatening me, but he's still threatening me with armies of base rumblers. So that's not too bad. We can move a couple of people off of Dust here. Empire-wide approval is content and climbing. We're getting markets done. We probably will be able to get back to happy. Also, Sea Monster in Madanav. Can we see the names of... Oh, that looks like Madanav to me. Well, that's not great. That's the sea region where I would want to go if I was going to start making sea guys. Alright, we gotta start also building burrows and stuff. I'm trying to keep our approval in line, but our cities have to start growing outward, not just upward. Okay, they are pillaging my cool village. Not a lot I can do about it at the moment. They're far enough away from the cities that I can't really punish them. New research. So we are 2 turns off of moving into the next set of researches and hopefully discovering that we have lots of Palladian and Adamantian. And then we can maybe make a move on uncommon alloys. So we know we want to get alchemical armor. Man, I still don't even have topography or real marketplace access. What is this? Be the first to have the city's total income from primary trade routes of at least 20 dust. Well, we do still need to build some more right away. I'd be very surprised if we got this, but it would be super cool. So we don't necessarily need alchemical armor right away, though. Maybe it can wait. Maybe we pick up, like, management sciences now that we have some titanium income, although we're going to be using it for alchemy workshops. You know what, let's get topography. I feel like that's pretty much a no-brainer. And then the tech after that could be military science, just toughen up a little bit more. Or it could be a move toward... It could be meritocratic promotion. Yeah, we're going to want that as we move into the next phase of the game. Let's hope it's not the final phase. Alright, get me approval. Everywhere approval. Do this, and then I think this is a fine time to actually build the seed storage. Winter's got to be coming to an end pretty soon. So with Gonley's central market completed, it looks like we still haven't pushed to happy, unless this hasn't updated yet this turn. Zarcha is getting paid. Probably want to get our right-of-way up. I do feel like we're just like a lot better at building things this game. Like a lot better. Start building this for now here. What did these guys want? Kickstarting. They wanted 8 emeralds. Is my emerald extractor running? No. Maybe let's put... Okay. We could actually just flip them, right? Okay, so we have 2 more markets finishing in the next 2 turns. And between the 2 of them, that's 7 population. That's actually half of my empire's population gaining 25 approval. So that should push us up to the next tier, I would think. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about our growth. I don't know about, like, our progress toward winning the game. That could use a little bit of work. But I'm feeling pretty good about our growth. We gotta win a war. Okay, good. The end of winter heralds the beginning of maybe we kill them all. We now have, with the completion of... Oh no, we don't actually have roads here, do we? No, we do. They look a lot rougher in this region. But I guess they're real. It's just the region looks different. Yeah, because... Yeah, it's okay. So we've been pillaged. We are being spied on. Oleran has had an industry production decrease. That's actually... I'd much rather they do that than destroy our population. The next winter is threatening to reduce security. Don't care much for that. But so once the roads in Ganli are completed, we will have a road that runs all the way from Enolia to their city. That gives us a good ability to move troops around. Then we just have to have some troops that are worth moving. Yeah, okay, this is the only city. Yeah, 2-turn build. That's not too bad. We're getting really close to being back on, like, full-on troops time here. Let's do a couple more turns. I don't know exactly how long the video is, again, because when I look down there, I'm only seeing the timer for the post-crash part of it. But we'll do a couple more turns, and then pack it in for the day. We're now actually gaining reasonable amounts of dust. Volkaj is coming online. Oh, right, titanium. Yeah, give me that. And Geomic Labs here is actually awesome. And then we'll see after that. After that, it might be troops. Okay, Ganli just got hit, and Volkaj just got hit, so no, now I think it is 3 spies. Well, time to kill him. Once we have meritocratic promotion up, we'll move into the next era, see if we can maybe scavenge some early weapons tech. We do have 30 adamantium already from quest rewards. Yeah, that might be the play. This is a turn where a lot of important stuff gets completed all at once. So, like, the thing about the Forgotten is that by constantly decreasing my population and damaging my industry and stuff, he's not actually helping himself. He's just holding me down. So we're kind of both losing while everybody else wins around us. The AI putting you next to the Forgotten is just this is the biggest middle finger that it can give you mechanically. Yeah, it's probably time to get back on. Well, we're going to be able to produce better units in one turn. You know what? Get me that spice extractor. Then we'll rebuild the unit designs and stuff. Actually, why don't we make this the last turn? Alright, they're pillaging my stuff. I mean, again, I can't really do anything about it because I don't know what's in the dark over there, and they're too far away for me to get my city garrisons in. Here in Enolia, Geomic Labs, pretty alright. Then it might be time to burrow here. We could also just... oh, wow. We could build quite a museum. This city is not the place where I would most like the museum, but it is the place where it's most reasonable for me to build a museum. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. We might be able to make that happen. And this is a city where there's always going to be lots of population, so the extra approval is going to have a considerable effect on our empire-wide approval level. We're about to have 2 titanium income per turn, so I feel okay spending that titanium. Yeah, I think that's a thing worth doing. And down here in Uridon, oh, definitely, give me some Geomic Labs. Alright, and then with that, we enter the next era, and I think the beginning of our proper war against the Forgotten. Because all this stuff has earned my ire. I'm feeling very mad at them right now. Let's see what the situation is with our strategics. We have 2 sources of adamantium and a palladian. We also have 2 sources of moonleaf and a titan bones. Man, this is pretty good. So, to just get a quick overview, the titan bones are up here. Moonleaf's there and there. Adamantium is there and... there. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, alright. I have some hope here. Maybe that is foolish, but I have some hope. So I think this is where we're going to call it for today. This seems like a pretty good spot to me. We're about to make a big pivot. So, if you have any strong feelings about how we should pivot, feel free to leave those in the comments below. And thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see if maybe we can strike our first real blow against Red. And we'll see you then.